So you guys watched both of my videos with the Xtool scan tools that I reviewed. One is a D5s, that's a smaller one, the non-bidirectional, and there's the IP919pro, which is the all the bells and whistles, does everything a scan tool can do. This is the 919, this is the Xtool. Something I didn't show in here, and because I don't know where I put it, but this actually comes with a charging docking station, which I really like. I'm a mobile mechanic. I go everywhere, and so when I'm out using this stuff, the battery constantly gets depleted. Now it does come with a battery hookup, you know, a cigarette lighter adapter, power outlet adapter, where you can plug it in and charge it when I get home. I'm gonna take it over to my cluttered ass workbench over here and stick it in there, and it charges. So there's a huge difference between these two. I'm gonna go to special functions, special functions. This one's going to be a lot more in depth. These are all the special functions that you have available on the IP919pro. I'm not going to sit here and list all of them out, but this little this handheld one has quite a few. It has DPF. You can do DPF regen and stuff on it, electronic park brake release. But like I said, the IP919pro is going to be a more in-depth, professional level scan tool. The D5s is going to be great for your do-it-yourself, for your shade tree mechanic. You're working on your car, your wife's car, maybe your mom's car, maybe your preacher's car. It's going to hook up, read codes, and in my opinion, it's pretty much going to do everything that you need it to do, for the most part. If you're just a do-it-yourselfer that just needs something a little more in-depth, than like my favorite scan tool is a little OBD2 Bluetooth adapter with the Torque Pro app, but it only reads data. It doesn't control anything. You're not resetting tire pressure monitors, you're not resetting oil light, none of that. I've tried the other ones. I don't really like the app-based, the phone-based ones. They just don't work that great. You need a dedicated scan tool if you're going to work on this stuff. The D5s isn't a bi-directional scan tool. You're not going to be able to control certain things. Like you're not going to be able to do a cylinder cutout test and some relearns and stuff like that. But that's not what it's priced for. Right now, the D5s is priced for $170 normal price. If you have a Black Friday deal, it'll be $147. And at any time, even when the Black Friday deal is not around, when you log on to their site, xtoolglobal.com, I think, there'll be a link down in the description. You click on that. If you sign up your email for their newsletters or whatever, you get 10% off. So you can still get a discount. And if you wait, these scan tool companies are really awesome about coming up with different product sales throughout the year to get you a discount. So if you can wait a little bit, Father's Day, Mother's Day, whatever, there's usually a discount somewhere around the year where you can get it. But talking about these two different scan tools, the D5s has 5 system diagnostics. You can do about a little over 15 reset services. You can do support CAN, that's Communication Access Networks, FDFCA, Flow OBD2 functions, one-touch Wi-Fi update, 4-in-1 graphing. It'll auto-scan the VIN, and you have free lifetime updates with this tool. Now the bigger and badder one, the IP919pro, will do key programming, bidirectional control, topology scan, BMW guided function, online ECU programming, 42 different reset services, ECU coding and customization, VAG guided functions, which is Volkswagen Audi group, PMI functions, which is preventive maintenance functions like oil life resets, ADAS calibration, which is your like rear view camera, your around the vehicle monitor system, and all system diagnostics. Also on the Xtool, the IP919pro, you can have remote team viewer. So if you have this scan tool and you have it hooked up to a car and you don't really know what's going on, there are people out there that can remote in. As long as your scan tool is on Wi-Fi, they have the same scan tool. They can get access to your scan tool and they can go through and read all the data and be able to help you diagnose it, which is really awesome. Like if you're in a shop setup, you have multiple shops and you have these scan tools in your shops, you can have one particular, like, so when I worked in shops, I worked in a large chain of shops. There was like 25 different service centers. You had usually 1 or 2 guys that were your elite guys that went to shop to shop to shop to diagnose the stuff that the other techs were having trouble with. And part of their job was making sure all the scan tools were updated and everything. But back when I did it, there was no remote team viewer for that stuff. So if you needed their help, they had to drive to the shop. You had to wait for their scheduled time to come out. Then they would grab the scan tool. They would go through it. They would help, if they were good guys, they would teach you about it and teach you how to navigate the scan tool, how to use the scan tool, how to diagnose that vehicle, and kind of show you the way. Now you can have one guy at one shop, and when they're having a problem, he can remote in, and maybe just by using a scan tool, reading some data, he can guide you in the right direction, which is freaking amazing. So the D5s right now, if you bought it without any discounts at all, it's $170. With the Black Friday deal, it's $147. The IP919pro normal price is $1,349. With the Black Friday deal, it's $1,174. So if you're planning on buying one of these for your loved one or somebody, then now's the perfect time. Or if you're just planning to upgrade your scan tool arsenal, this is on sale. You can get it. Xtool is a pretty good brand. One thing I do like about these is there's a ton of reviews on YouTube about these. I mean, a ton of videos. If you're struggling with something, if you buy one, you don't know how to do a function, I guarantee you, if you type in whatever you're trying to do into YouTube, you'll find a video with somebody explaining that specific function and how to use it, how to read the data, how to understand the data. And to me, that is completely invaluable as a mechanic. I mean, it's amazing that we're at that point where you can have no experience with a scan tool. This could be your first starter scan tool, and you can get on YouTube and you can oh man, how do I do I just need to reset the oil life reminder, or the oil life percentage or whatever. And there's somebody out there that's going to plug it in. They're going to show you this is how you do it. And you can follow the step-by-step video. And that's awesome. There are a lot of companies out there with kind of knockoff brand scan tools, and there's not that many videos out there. As an example, I do a lot of video editing, and I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I don't need Pro because my editing is very simple, but anytime I want to do something, all I have to do is type into Google Adobe Premiere Pro how to, and there's videos out there. You get some other, lower quality, less expensive programs out there. There's just not that many videos, and you're kind of left trying to figure it out on your own. Now, the programming control module comes with an entire set of adapters, everything. This is my old Autel MaxiSys M908S. This is a programming control or programming diagnostic tool as well. This one is way slower than that Xtool. When you hook up to things, it takes forever for it to actually read the data, but it is an older model. Now the IP919 comes with a whole bunch of adapters. I think it's a BMW, older BMW adapter, Mazda adapter. Now, truth be told, in my mechanic career, I've never had to use any of these. If you have a full-blown shop, automotive stuff, then yeah, you're going to need to use some of these other adapters. I am not a full-blown automotive mechanic. I work on heavy equipment. I work on only kind of automotive stuff I work on is my own personal stuff, and Ford F350, 450, and 550s for customers that own heavy equipment. You have your VCI, that's vehicle communication adapter that it comes with. You have your little OBD2 adapter, a different adapter. You have your, I call them cigarette lighter adapters. Kids don't understand what that is anymore. It's a power outlet adapter for it. You hook those up and you can do programming. Also, something a lot of people don't know about newer freaking Dodges for some reason, not the older school Dodges, is that when you try to log into a Dodge, you have to create an account for auto authorization. You have to sign up for it. It's like $50, $55. And then you can actually access the truck. You can't access jack crap without it. You're not going to get codes out of it. You're not going to do any regens. You ain't doing nothing unless you do the auto authorization, which the IP919pro has. I know it's a pain in the butt, and I agree with you. I wish it wasn't on there, but there's a real bad problem with especially people with Dodge products having a scan tool like this, going up to your Dodge Challenger, your Hellcat, hopping in, having a aftermarket key or a used key they bought off eBay, hooking a scan tool up and reprogramming your car with their key and driving off with your car. And it only took about 5-10 minutes, if that. And they had a huge problem with them being stolen. And so Dodge is like, well, what are we going to do? Okay, well, we have to have a license for every single thing that you work on. You do the auto authorization, it's $50. I think you do 5 vehicles, and there's like pro level stuff. There are some workarounds to it, and there's a way to get around it. I'm not interested in doing any of those, and I'm not interested in talking about them or teaching them. If you work on a lot of them, yeah, it's probably worth your while to go out there and actually research that stuff. But if you guys are looking for a scan tool, I really like Xtool. They're extremely easy to deal with. Now, some transparency, they did send me these scan tools for in trade for reviews of the video. I have a vested interest in the video, obviously. I wouldn't promote a product. I wouldn't tell you guys what the price is or put links down in the description if I didn't think that you guys could use this stuff and actually enjoy it, and it would be a valuable tool to you. If I thought it was a piece of junk, I wouldn't make a video about it. I've had several companies over the years send me junk, and I've written them, hey, this thing is absolutely crap. Do you really want me to make a video about how crappy your product is? To date, nobody has. I've had one auto jumpstart company. They still wanted their video, so I made a very disparaging video and sent them like, all right, here's your video, what do you think? And they politely asked me to not put that video online, and so I did anyway, and then they sent me a nasty lawyer letter about it. But anyway, they're both really good scan tools. The D5s is lifetime updates. It'll always work. You can always get lifetime updates. You buy once, cry once. You'll never have to worry about it again. Now, the bigger scan tools, and this goes with any scan tool out there, it doesn't matter what you use, doesn't matter if it's Snap-on, doesn't matter if it's Xtool, doesn't matter if it's Alltel, all of them, after a certain amount of years, you're going to have to pay for update. When you buy this one, I believe you get 3 years of updates for free with it, and after the 3rd year, you have to pay for the update. And I don't know how much the update costs. They're all different. For the Alltel MS90, whatever it's called, the MaxiSys MS908S, it's $950 or $1,100 to update it. And that one hasn't been updated since 2019. Comparing this one to the Alltel, whenever you hook it up, it takes a while for it. And when you do the auto scan, like it takes forever to auto scan everything, and you're going to sit there for a good couple of minutes. This one takes about under a minute. And I know this is very superficial of me to say. This shouldn't have any bearing at all on the functionality of a scan tool, but the user interface is a lot cooler on the Xtools than the older Alltel that I have. I just looks better, performs much faster. You know, like this one, you saw when I click special functions, it immediately pops up. On that Alltel, you click special functions, it thinks about it for like a good 2 or 3 seconds and then comes over. And I just think it's going to be a better scan tool. Apparently, I have 93 updates to do. So that's like a real quick comparison of the two. If you guys have any questions, there's a link down in the description to their website where you can ask them all the questions in the world. Like I said, they're very easy to deal with. They're very knowledgeable of their product. And if you have any, like if you're apprehensive, do some YouTube research. Type in the little YouTube search bar right there, whatever Xtool D5s. Watch some videos and see if it's going to be the best scan tool for you. Same thing with the 919 Pro. Maybe you don't need programming and coding and all the bells and whistles. Maybe you just need a bi-directional scan tool to do most of everything, and watch the videos. They got reviews on all this stuff. Hope you guys liked the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check out those links down on the bottom. Click the links. There's a Black Friday sale. You'll get a discount on it. If you're going to buy one for a friend or anything, it's a perfect opportunity to buy a present for somebody, especially the $147 one. So hope you guys liked the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and get out and fix something.